Hey Lovebug, if you happen to be new here, my name is Mercedes Yvonne and my channel is all about being the intersection between faith, fashion, and fragrance. So if that is your vibe, consider joining the Lovebug tribe. This week's shout out goes to these amazing individuals. Thank you so much for showing your girl some love. It's greatly appreciated. If you want a shout out in one of my future videos, you gotta talk to me down below in the comments and you will get a shout out from me. So hopping into today's video, we are talking woody fragrances. So if you are just like, Marissa, what you talking about, girl? Go ahead, grab you a stacky snack, sit back, relax, and let's hop right into the video. When you look at the fragrance wheel, I feel like the wood section of the fragrance wheel gets the least amount of love. Like, we do not talk a lot about woody fragrances. We don't highlight a lot of woody fragrances. I do understand that if you are a feminine fragrance wearer, that wood can definitely lean a lot more masculine for a lot of people, right? You might want something that's a lot more like pretty and girly and frilly. So I can understand that wood may not be in the forefront of what you enjoy wearing. But hopefully I will be able to give you some fragrances that will kind of help you step your toe into it, or realize that maybe you already have some of these in your collection and realize that you probably love wood more than you realize, right? Because when we're talking about woody fragrances, understanding that woods consider woods and mosses. So sometimes you might see a sandalwood note and it provides a very creamy, soft, smooth, sweet element. You might see something like an oak moss or patchouli and it'll provide like a very earthy, sometimes damp, wet type of aspect. You might see something like cedarwood that provides a more dry note. You might see something like frankincense and myrrh that provides more of a resinous quality. I feel like a lot of the time we don't give woody notes a lot of love, maybe because of how they're done, so we don't enjoy them, but also I don't think that we understand how impactful and important they are to fragrances. A lot of times we will see them somewhere between the mid and the base notes, and they are oftentimes the aspect or the note that really does help ground a fragrance. So this video will be broken up into some fragrance mints and then some actual perfumes, and then I have them ordered from like least woodsy to most woodsy and to my nose. Okay, so first up we have Sunwashed Santal. It has notes of entire bergamot, white, violet, and amber wood. Amber wood to my nose typically is very similar to sandalwood. It adds a very like sweetness, a very softness. So this is definitely a very fresh take on a very woody fragrance. So that is Sunwashed Santal. Next up we have Sunrise Woods. It has creamy sandalwood, sweet berries, and cozy cashmere. And this is very similar. It has that creaminess and that coziness, and you might not realize that it has like a woody note to it outside of the name. You might like, I don't get a lot of wood, but that's that sandalwood. It's providing that creaminess, that coziness that really blends very well with the cashmere, and then you get like that sweetness that merges well between the sandalwood and the berries. So you get a very warm, cozy, sweet type of fragrance. I believe that this is definitely a great beginner friendly type of woody type of fragrance. If you have not gotten your nose on this, I would definitely say get to your nearest Bath and Body Works to give it a sniff, because what you would think it would smell like, it smells nothing like that. Like, it's not a heavy woody fragrance to me, and so it is very subtle, it's very warm, it's very cozy, it is very comforting, honestly. Like, it's not what you may think it would be for a woody fragrance. So that is Sunrise Woods. Next up we have Vanilla Romance. It has fresh cardamom, vanilla absolute, and captivating woods. This is a very woody vanilla, right? This is a sweet vanilla that has that very woody element to it, and this is such a beautiful fragrance. You get that wood, but it's not like too sharp to your nose. It's like a very perfect blend. I don't know exactly what woods went into the captivating woods, but I would definitely assume there's probably like some type of like sandalwood in there, something that provides like a smoothness and a sweetness and a creaminess to go so beautiful with that vanilla. This is such a warm and cozy fragrance. I believe you can still pick this up in Bath & Body Works right now. It should still be in store to be able to get your nose on if you never smelled. But this is so beautiful, and it's so cozy and it's so warm, but it has this like sex appeal that is like so beautiful to me. This was definitely one of those fragrances that was like love at first sniff. It is so beautiful. To me, it's very feminine, but it has that like va-va-voom to it, right? It has a bit of complexity with that woody to make it a very woody vanilla. So I think that this is very beautiful. I think that it is very sexy, honestly. Like, I think that this is definitely a fragrance that leans to still finding a balance between what someone might classify very masculine and feminine. I think that this is definitely well blended and well done. So that is Vanilla Romance. So next up, we got Vanilla Romance's brother, I guess, and that is Vanilla Noir. It has rich vanilla, bergamot spice, and patchouli. And so in comparison to Vanilla Romance, it has more depth. It has that patchouli does something where the Captivating Woods and Vanilla Romance kind of adds like a creaminess, a very smoothness. This adds a lot more depth and a lot more warmth. It has a very earthy quality to it. Even though this fragrance is targeted primarily to masculine fragrance wearers, I've seen a lot of feminine fragrance wearers enjoy this, right? Because the vanilla is done so beautifully, and that patchouli is done very beautifully where it's not like dirty, right? Some people feel like patchouli can come off very dirty. They don't really like and enjoy that earthy quality, but I do believe in this fragrance it is done very beautifully, and it's a very beautiful blend to give you that grounding of earthiness and green with the beautiful vanilla. So that is Vanilla Noir. Last but not least, for fragrance mist, we have Platinum. So it has sparkling bergamot, silver blooms, and patchouli musk. Now I know, once again, it has patchouli, so that can be very funny for a lot of people. Patchouli is a very difficult note. I feel like this is done very beautiful. Like, it has a floral element, it has a fresh element, and then it has that patchouli that is not extremely earthy to me. Now, the patchouli is very present. Please understand, if you're funny with patchouli, I understand it's very present, but I do think it has a perfect blend. They come together. What I am realizing is the longer that it sits, they are blending even better together. So it is just a very fresh hint of floral, earthy type of fragrance, but not like dirty, right? It's not giving dirty. It's just giving grounded. It's giving not too much, like, you know how like as a kid when you was out playing outside and they were like, oh, you smell like outside. You're not getting that. It's getting just very fresh, very pretty. Like, I do still think this is a very pretty fragrance. I understand that a lot of people won't feel that way, but I do think that, once again, this is another fragrance that has done very beautifully with blending a masculine and feminine element. So that is Platinum. So now moving into the perfumes, we have Soft Sandalwood by Fragrance Works. I got this from either TJ Maxx or Marshall's. This is a very perfumey fragrance. It is very girly, very feminine. The sandalwood in this is definitely very smooth. It has a sweetness to it. It's not woody at all. I wouldn't say that I'm picking up too much creaminess, but it does have like, there is a very fresh element, very smooth, pretty, girly aspect to this. And I know that if you see something called Soft Sandalwood, you probably won't think that it will lean to be very feminine or girly, but to me it is. I would definitely say if you can find this at your nearest like TJ Maxx or Marshall's, definitely get your nose on it. I don't know where else it's sold. That's the only place that I've seen it, but to me this is very fresh and smooth, and it has a hint of sweetness to it. It's a very beautiful fragrance to me. So that is Soft Sandalwood by Fragrance Works. Next up, we have L'Affaire by Octavia Morgan. Now, this has a very subtle woody aspect to it. The woods is not like in the forefront. It is definitely more soft. I do feel like you get like an aspect of like citrusy, and then the wood comes in more in the dry down to kind of help, once again, ground the fragrance. This is so beautiful. Octavia Morgan is a Black woman-owned fragrance house, and you may be able to find this at an Ulta near you, but it is so beautiful. It's very fresh. Once again, very similar to Soft Sandalwood. It has a very perfume quality. It's very fresh. It's very citrusy. And it's very calming. And I do feel like the woods come more in the dry down. So this is definitely very beautiful. It's very feminine. It's very girly. I like to reach for this primarily in the daytime. This is a very daytime fragrance to me, but this is so beautiful. So I would definitely say, if possible, get to your nearest Ulta and see if you can get your nose on L'Affaire by Octavia Morgan. So for our next fragrance, we have Frankie by Ariana Grande. And I took the pom-pom off. If you're not new here, I did take it off. It was a lot, so I just kept with this. But this is a very fresh type of fragrance as well, and that woody element comes into grounded, right? So when you're wearing it, you get it a lot more in the dry down. Now, it's not too much in your face. It's not too overwhelming. I can definitely see, I've seen a lot of people kind of say this can lean very masculine. So I do understand that that can be a difficult part for some people, but to me, it's very beautiful. It's very fresh, but it's very green. It has like, I believe it has like a citrus element or some type of fruity element, but it also has like a very green aspect to it. So it is so pretty and warm and cozy and green. So I know that that may not be everyone's cup of tea. Now, I know that I got this one from Burlington. From my understanding, this one is discontinued, so it won't be the most easily accessible, but I would definitely say probably try your nearest Burlington to see if you can get your nose on it. But it definitely is, I can see why people say it leans a little masculine. So if you do not like masculine fragrances, then I can definitely see that this one may be a bit difficult for you, but it does have a very like fruity green element to it. So I would definitely see if you can get your nose on it, research it, and see if it might be something up your alley. That is Frankie by Ariana Grande. Next up, we have Dylan by Rosie Jane. Now, this one is definitely moving more into a very woody, very green aspect. If you know that you do not like green fragrances, that I would definitely say proceed with caution. I have not seen this one sold in stores recently, so I don't know how accessible it was. I got this from either TJ Maxx or Marshall's, and I do enjoy woody fragrances, so I do enjoy it, but I can definitely see someone saying, that's too much. That is too much. It's very green, and the more that it sits, it becomes more green. Like, it was definitely very woody in the beginning. As it sits, it definitely becomes more green, and it's more dry. It's a dry green, so I can understand that that might be very difficult for some people. But if you are a woody fragrance lover, or you're curious, I would definitely say see if you can get your nose on this. I don't know if it will be in a TJ Maxx or Marshalls, because I know I've had this at least for a couple of months, so I don't know how accessible it is. But if you can maybe get a sample, I would definitely say give it a try. That is Dylan by Rosie Jane. Next up, we have Legendary by Octavia Morgan. Once again, she can be found in Ulta if it is sold near you. And this is a very woody fragrance, okay? Please understand. This is wood. This is wood, right? And it definitely has gotten deeper and woodier since I've had it. The juice has even gotten darker. So understand that this is very woody. I think that it is a very pretty wood. I wouldn't say it's screams extremely feminine. It's definitely wood. It's wood through and through. Like, it's, to me, it's very linear, so it's not going to change too much on, at least not on my skin. It's very woody. So for me, I like to reach for this when it comes to layering. So if I want to add a woody element, I definitely like to reach for this. And for the most part, majority of these, right? I can wear them on their own, and if that's what I'm in the mood for, then I will do so. But this is definitely perfect to pair with other things and to layer with other things. So if you want something, if you have a fragrance that you want to add like a woody element, then definitely I would say give this one a try. Now, you don't need a whole lot of sprays, okay? I think a couple of sprays would definitely do you. I've layered this with different things, and while wearing it, I have received compliments. So I do think that this is very beautiful. I do understand that woody fragrances in general won't be considered mass appealing. You either love woody fragrances or you don't. I won't say that there's a lot of like gray area probably for most people. You might like certain notes better than others, but definitely I would say, of course, proceed with caution. This is very woody. But if you can get to your nearest Ulta and get your nose on it, I would definitely say give it a good old sniff, but do understand that it will change over time. So it has deepened. So that is something you have to consider. So if you do not enjoy it at first sniff, then as it get deeper, you probably won't enjoy it. So I would definitely say probably skip this one, but that is Legendary by Octavia Morgan. Now, next up, we have Recently by Earthstone Valley. I was able to pick this up at, I believe, a TJ Maxx, but check your nearest TJ Maxx and Marshalls. To me, this is Legendary's twin sister. So if you are able to go into an Ulta and get your nose on Legendary and you know that it's not for you, then Recently won't be for you either, because they are identical. I remember when I first put my nose on this, I was like, that's Legendary. And then I brought it home, compared the notes, and they literally have like practically the exact same notes and note breakdown. So I was like, she knows there's something. That's never be working. And so if you do not like it, then I would definitely say keep in mind. Now, since this is more recent, this is more of a recent purchase than Legendary. I've had Legendary probably since more so the beginning of the year, so it definitely has sat for a while. Recently, I've had probably for a couple of months, so it hasn't sat in as long. I don't know if it will deepen and darken just like that, but this reminds me of when I first got Legendary. So it is definitely witty, but it's so pretty. I would definitely say go with Recently. I would lean towards Recently if you want something that is a little bit more lighter and easier to wear. Legendary is definitely a heavy hitter. They have like the same note breakdown and they are very similar, but I do believe the wearing experience is completely different. So Legendary is a heavy hitter, where Recently is more of a lighter wear, but you're still getting the exact same fragrance. So if you want woody on an easier scale, then I would definitely say go with Recently by Earthstone Valley. Next up, we have Fenty by Ariana. This is a very patchouli forward fragrance. When I first smelled this, I was like, ooh, whew, that's a lot. That's very green. It was not for me. And I know a lot of people was like, oh, they get the fruitiness and they get the rose. I'm telling you, this is very patchouli forward. And what I realized is when I wear this got to be on the bottom. Like, this has to be on the base and you have to like build upon it, because if you put this on top, you're not going to be able to smell anything else. And so this is, to me, a very heavy hitter. It is probably not, I would not say this is mass appealing, but if you can get to your nearest Sephora and get your nose on her, I would definitely say give her a sniff, give her a good old whiff. Because I know that this is not in a lot of people's favorite. This is definitely one of those fragrances you either love it or you hate it. I do not find a lot of people in the middle. So I would definitely say proceed with caution, but that is Fenty by Ariana. Next up, we have Santal Supreme by Monde Gourmand. This is I feel like it's giving a little bit of aquatic woodiness. Like, it's giving a very fresh take on Willie. Like, it's definitely dialed back a little bit, but it is still very Santal. It's definitely giving that very woody aspect. Definitely one that I would say, probably not say it's extremely mass appealing, but I can see more people enjoying the way that this one is done. If you enjoy Santal 33 by like Le Labo or like Jungle Santal by Finery, then I do believe that you will enjoy this fragrance and the next few fragrances that I talk about, because I feel like they are all kind of in that same wheelhouse. But this is definitely, to me, a like fresher take and a more easier wear for that particular type of fragrance profile. So that is Santal Supreme by Monde Gourmand. Moving into our next one, we have Eilish number 2 by Billie Eilish. Now, to me, this is a sweeter take. It's very Santal forward. It does have that like Santal element to it. It's very woody, but it's like a sweet would, quite honestly, I don't know if this is going to make any sense to anyone, and I think I've said this before on my channel, it reminds me of Christmas. If you have ever been to like a tree farm and getting like fresh Christmas trees for the Christmas season to put up in the house and to decorate, and you know the way that that smells, if you love that smell and you are okay with wearing that smell, then I definitely would say Eilish 2 is for you. I know a lot of people were disappointed in comparison to Eilish 1 because Eilish 1 is definitely a lot more vanilla forward. This is definitely more woody, more green. It still has that sweetness, but it reminds me of Christmas. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I smelled this, I was like, definitely not. Definitely not. But as my palette changed and expanded, I really grew to love and to enjoy this. I was able to get this one more so in a discount store. So like I got this from TJ Maxx, heavily discounted. You might be able to go into an Ulta and get your nose on it and see if you enjoy it. But I wouldn't say, I'm going to be honest, if you go into an Ulta and you like it, I probably would not advise you to buy it or purchase it from Ulta, because you can go to a TJ Maxx, a Marshalls, and they have these in the cases all of the time. I've seen them in Ross. You can definitely go to a discount store and get this for a better price. So I would not say purchase from Ulta if you can help it, unless there's like a sale or they're doing like 5 times the points or 2 times the points like Ulta be liking to do. If they're doing something like that, then probably go ahead, you know, and pull the trigger. But if not, go to a discount store or a discount website and you can definitely get a really, really good price on this. But it is so warm and cozy. It does. It reminds me of Christmas. I love walking into a tree farm and they have that cut down smell. Oh, and the smell of the Christmas tree just fills the house. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. I love it. I know this will not be for everyone, but if you know that experience, it literally takes me back to that moment when we're tree hunting with my family and you're shaking them up and trying to find the perfect Christmas tree, and you smell them cut it down and you tie it to the roof and you gotta drive safe to make sure the tree don't fall off, and you get it into the house and you decorate it. It literally puts me in the mind of Christmas. It is so it's so good. So that is Eilish number 2 by Billie Eilish. And look at that bottle. It's so gorgeous. And last but not least, we have Santal Vanille by 7 Virtues. The juice is getting so much darker. I got this secondhand, I believe at Plato's, and it was like not used. It was still in the box. Like, it was beautiful. This is very woody, but it has that sweetness from the vanilla. Like, it definitely like warms up, but you have to enjoy the woody element. I can definitely see that this is not a favorite from a lot of people from the house. I know Vanilla Woods is a lot of people's favorite, but if you enjoy, once again, that Santal feel to a fragrance, then I do believe that you will enjoy this. It has a very sweet take, and the more that it sits, you do get a lot more of that sweetness. Like when I first purchased it, it was very woody. Right now, I'm definitely picking up a lot more of a balance, and it is so beautiful. And you can layer this, so if you want, you know, more vanilla, you want more of that sweetness, then layer it with something vanilla just so you can have that more subtle woodiness. I know that this is not going to be the most mass appealing. Like I said, it's not most people's favorite from the house, but you should be able to get down to a Sephora and get your nose on it and see if you enjoy it. It is so beautiful to me, and I prefer this over Vanilla Woods. Every time that I smell Vanilla Woods, it's a no for me. I don't know what it is. There's something about that fragrance that just does not work for me, but Santal Vanille does, and it is so beautiful. Do not be heavy-handed. Do not overspray. It is powerful. I don't know if I would say beast mode, but it does pack a punch, so I would definitely say proceed with caution. But this is such a beautiful, warm, sweet, witty fragrance to me, and that is Santal Vanille. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for sticking with me till the end. I hope that I was able to provide some inspiration for some really good witty fragrances for this fall and winter season. I believe that these types of fragrances, witty fragrances, are perfect for the fall and winter. I understand that some of these, because of how strong they are, I understand that these may not be ideal for a spring and summer depending on where you live. Like, I live in Florida, so some of these I would not dare pull out in the summer because you be about ready to pass out because they just strong. So I would definitely say get to a store near you, a Sephora, an Ulta, a TJ Maxx, a Marshalls, Burlington, what have you, Ross, and really see if you're able to put your nose on any of these fragrances and see if you like them. I think that we definitely can do a better job in highlighting more of our witty fragrances, especially since we are in the fall season. It's perfect for this time of year. So if there were any witty fragrances that I did not mention that you love, definitely sound off in the comments and inform us all. But that is it for today's video. I hope to see you back here next time for another upload. But until then, remember that I love you, God loves you. So remember to always, and I do mean always, love you too. Smooches, Lovebug.